Hi, everyone, and welcome to Cinemajam, a podcast where my friend Pablo and I discuss movies in a different genre, and we dedicate each month to a different genre. This month, we just passed the May of 2025. We dedicated and did our marathon on May Noir. I think Pablo and I agree that it was a very interesting month. We discovered pretty cool movies. We just finished watching Angel Heart by Alan Parker, David in a Blue Dress by Carl Franklin, LA Confidential by Curtis Hanson, and Blood Simple by the Coen Brothers. Pablo, what was your feeling during this month of these four movies that we just saw?
Oh, I also enjoyed watching them sell us. It's a really fine genre, film noir or neo-noir, as we call it. Some of my favorite directors, especially Alan Parker, are in the list. As I told you many times, Angel Heart is one of my top movies, so it was fun to watch it with you and talk about it and evaluate it against the other one.
I think it was a world experience. I really enjoyed watching the movie for the first time. I wasn't that familiar with Angel Heart, so I actually enjoyed it a lot. And as I mentioned, David in a Blue Dress was a movie that I always wanted to see. Started I started it a couple of times, and it always got removed from the streaming platform where I was watching it. And like it was in Netflix one time, it was in Tubi one time. I'm like, oh man, come on, not even gonna be able to finish it. And in the end, I was very happy because I still thought it was a very good movie. And I think you and I agree that rediscovering LA Confidential was such a delight.
That
I was
was
surprised.
Yeah, that was one of the points I had. We're going to talk about, the discovery of the month, and for me, it was LA Confidential. It was a known secret because I know it was a great movie, but I'd never seen it. So I had the chance to do it here with you, and it was like the biggest discovery for me. It was an amazing movie.
Well, talking about that, it's actually also my discovery because I was surprised how good the movie is. I mean, I remember watching it a while ago. I remember the acting of Kim Basinger and Guy Pearce and a very young Russell Crowe.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's amazing in that one.
and obviously Kevin Spacey and James Cromwell also do an excellent job acting there. But I was so surprised because it's a 2.5 hour movie, and it felt like it was like a breeze. We're always thinking ahead of the character. It was a delight. It was one of the best. I think my discovery was that I discovered one of my favorite movies that I'm going to be watching every few years.
Same here, same here. And it also made me rethink or revalue again what an amazing actor Kevin Spacey was. At his
Yeah.
prime. I mean, it's so sad where he is at the moment today, but back in the 90s, he was amazing. He
At
was
least,
top.
yeah, he left a good memory in the screen, in the silver screen. Too bad do such a good job behind the screen.
I mean, and for for our viewers, those that haven't seen this movie, LA Confidential, Kevin Spacey does the role of this sarcastic kind of dark humor type of cop, corrupt, but at the end he has this arch like this development story where he actually realizes that he was doing something wrong, but he does it in such a natural way that is so good. He has an ending that no one was expecting, and that's what makes the movie so good. So top performance, that was another of the things that I wrote down that we wanted to talk about in this summary. Top performances. One is Kevin Spacey in LA Confidential. I also personally enjoyed Mickey Rourke's performance in Angel Heart. There's something so natural about it that will always resonate with me. It's like the perfect movie for someone like him. For Mickey Rourke, it is the perfect casting. Him and obviously Robert De Niro is the.
Talking about acting, I think Don Cheadle in as Mouse Alexander in
Yes, in the
Devil in a
Devil May
Blue
Cry.
Dress was
Yes,
the other. The other.
that's
I
a
mean,
very good
and we
one.
talk at length of Kim Basinger in LA Confidential. But that acting of Don Cheadle in Devil in a Blue Dress was a surprise. I think was a big surprise.
All right, Saus. So now, since we're talking about the top performance, and so we already talked about, how much we liked Kevin Spacey and how much we liked Don Cheadle as Mouse in Devil in the Blue Dress, how about we talk or we discuss who were the best performances per character they find in the film noir or neo-noir genre. So who's the best detective, or who's the best, ambiguous hero? Who's the best femme fatale? Who's the best villain? You go first.
Villain. I think it will be actually be Robert De Niro as Lucifer or
That's
Louis Cipher.
Louis Cipher.
No, but in the end, it's an anagram for Lucifer, right? Something like that. Yeah.
Lucifer. So Lucifer. It's really funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that has to be him.
Yep, that's one.
I'm very tempted to the detective in Devil and a Blue. Sorry, no, in Blood Simple, because he's just plainly disgusting as a human being. He's just like
Yeah, but Robert De Niro has the
repulsing and
edge. Robert De Niro has the
yeah,
edge because he's a devil. So you
yeah,
cannot beat that.
yeah, and he is very good at doing
And
the
he's very good.
menacing.
The
I
egg.
always think
The
about
scene eating the egg and the nails,
the nail, like long nail,
fingernails. Yeah.
creepy nails that look like claws. But yeah, a very close second is, I think, is the detective in Blood Simple. I think he's just such a bad guy, and you don't know why he's such a bad guy. So it's like he's just creepy. I don't know.
Maybe in third place, just to round it up, Tom Sizemore in
Tom
Devil in the
Sizemore
Blue.
in Devil
Yeah.
in a Blue Dress, yeah.
I mean, he wasn't the main villain in the movie. That was the mayor. But, yeah. I mean,
He's the one that,
yeah, his acting was evil.
and he was always pushing Denzel Washington to do the
Yep,
bad things instead of the
exactly.
other ones.
Oh, okay, no, but I agree. So top, Robert De Niro in Angel Heart. Second guy, I'm forgetting his name. Wallace, is it? The guy
Yeah,
from Blood Simple, the detective.
no, from Blood Simple, I think it's just as Devil. No, sorry, in Private Detective.
Right. So him, and then third, Tom Sizemore in Devil in the Blue Dress. What about the hero? Who's the best
Or
ambiguous hero
anti-hero.
or anti-hero, or actually like someone who go through all those changes?
All those things. I think you're gonna say Angel, but I think the two in LA Confidential are so good because yeah, Guy Pearce and as Hesley and Bud, that is Russell Crowe, are so good in that movie that is hard to say because Angel is good from Angel Heart, but I don't know. I just like the ones from LA Confidential so much that is for me it's really hard to pick. I'm not going to deny.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That is a tough one because I agree with LA Confidential. Though that's great acting from both.
And those are more trying to be heroes.
Yes, that's the thing. Mickey Rourke in Angel Heart, he wasn't the hero; he was a victim.
That's right.
So
So that's
it's
why I
different.
also,
Yeah, no, okay, I'm sold. Let's make Russell Crowe and Guy Pearce as the top actors, as heroes.
even if they're flawed, they're supposed to be the heroes. So
And second place can go then to Mickey Rourke, even
yeah.
though his character is not fully the hero, he's more the victim. And I don't know. I don't know who would come third. It would have
No,
to be
Denzel
Denzel
Washington.
Washington. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he's
Don Getz
so cool.
from Blood Simple is not. It's not. He's
And
not
he
very
ends
relevant.
not really. Yeah, he's just part of the story, but not really. Yeah, it's more. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's more about the femme fatale in Blood Simple than any of the other guys in the.
So let's talk
Well,
now.
talking about femme fatale,
Let's
I
talk now
think we
about the femme
agree
fatale.
both. Is Kim Basinger has
Yes,
to be the
hands down.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Now, second place.
I will put Abby in second place. Even though she's more like a damsel in distress, she does drive the story. So
I disagree. I put uh
the
the
devil in a blue dress.
No, the one from Angel Heart.
Lisa Bonet?
Lisa Bonet. Yeah.
I don't know. She's not really driving the story in there. So that's the thing about the femme fatale. It has to really influence. I actually will put Margaret, the French lady, ahead of Lisa Bonet. I mean,
But the thing is that,
because
but the thing is that Lisa Bonet, being the daughter of Mickey Rourke's character, then what happens in the movie, it's the ending of the movie. That's what triggers the condemnation of Mickey Rourke. And it's because of Lisa Bonet who seduces him, even though she's, his daughter. So I think that as a femme fatale, she drives more the doom of the main character than, for example, Devil in the Blue Dress, who was more like this uh, idea of a femme fatale than an actual one. She didn't do much, to be honest.
well, in Devil in a Blue Dress does directly cause all the problems. I mean, she steals the thing. It withholds information that she's from a different descent than she says. I mean, she is the fault. Basically, she's more like the villain, really, because she is really the cause of everything that is happening. It's her fault that two people end up dead, etc., etc. In that sense, Daphne is really, really at fault in that movie.
Yeah, but Bonet is the one who sends Mickey Rourke to hell.
Well, yeah.
She is the trigger for full condemnation. Condemnation. I insist that that might be a stronger case for our third femme fatale. I still don't
Mm,
see the one from Devil in the Blue Dress as being anything relevant.
no, no. I will actually put Blood Simple first. I mean, at least everyone is fighting for her.
Okay,
Real fighting for her.
let's leave it as a draw, like as a egalite. Like let's put it there like that. It's a
Lisa
draw.
Bonet
Yeah.
and then Francis McDormand in second place, okay. And Kim Basinger way ahead of it.
Now, if we kind of like flip the conversation, like what was the biggest disappointment? And I have tend to go to the girl from Devil in the Blue Dress. To her name is Jennifer Beals, the actress, and the role is Daphne Monet. The thing is, I mean, for those who haven't seen the movie but did see when we talked about it last time, Sales and Die, every single one of the characters in the movie is talking about her as being this woman that, just controls men and makes them do,
Whatever they want.
whatever she wants. That she has like such a I don't know, magnetism. But when we actually meet her, Denzel Washington goes and talks to her. She seems more like Sebastian was saying, like a damsel in distress. I didn't see any of that, you know, uh, charisma or magnetism, like nothing. I don't know. That's why for me it was a big disappointment.
And it's interesting because she's actually trying to seduce Denzel Washington and he doesn't give her like, no, I'm
No,
not interested.
he just goes for
I
another
just want my
drink.
money.
I want an extra bourbon and then just go away.
In response to my biggest disappointment, I actually think is the yellow eyes in Angel Heart. In Robert De Niro and in the baby at the end, like, why, Alan Parker? Why?
Yeah,
You
that
didn't
wasn't
need that.
that wasn't
Come
needed.
on. Yeah, it was like, why did you put this at the end of such a great movie? I know what you wanted to convey. I already know that you think the Robert De Niro is the devil. I don't care
Yeah, we
anything
yeah
else.
well we yeah we already knew that. So yeah, that's true. Okay, so now Sebas, top scene or like the best scene or maybe a couple of scenes that really like suck to you from the movies that we just saw. You go first.
I think Blood Simple has a couple of scenes that are very atmospheric. The light plays so well. I especially think about the scene when the detective is trying to kill, just kills Getz and then goes for Abby, Francis McDormand, and she traps him in a
The
in
bathroom.
a in a in the window with a knife, and then he starts shooting to the wall and breaks. It's such a spectacular scene with the light and all that. So I love that scene. You mentioned the one on the highway as well. That it's all the backlights.
Yeah.
You look at them from behind, and the other one when he runs in. Well, he's in the middle of a field, and he has his car with the lights, and he's boring Marty. And so it's like, yeah, it has. Yeah, I'm not going to deny those scenes in that one always kept on my mind, and that's one of the reasons I choose that movie.
Yeah,
What
no,
about you?
yeah, that's good. Actually, there are several scenes in Blood Simple that really stood up. Uh, then yes, the one, especially the one at when the Getz's character was trying to bury Marty in that field. That's really good. For me,
And
another
I love. We didn't talk about that last week in the episode that when that Marty has the gun in his pocket,
yeah.
and we never talk about the 3 bullets in that gun. That gun only has 3 bullets, so we're always counting the bullets in our head. That's bullet one. That's bullet two when he kicks with his feet. And then the last bullet to save her life, save her life, and she doesn't know how many bullets are in the gun.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, that was nice. But so as for me, scenes that really stood up. I want to say that when like the whole scene where Russell Crowe, Bud, the policeman, first meets Kim Basinger in the liquor store, like how that scene is set up. You know, Russell Crowe is kind of like coming in to see her face because she just came in, giving her back to him with this big cape. You don't see her face, and the camera comes in, like pans on the side, and then you see Kim Basinger looking amazing. That's the definition of a femme fatale. Perfect for me. That was like the most amazing scene setup in the whole series. And to be honest, most of Angel Heart. The scene with the egg when when Robert De Niro was talking to Mickey Rourke and having breakfast, and that will always stay with me. And the that scene towards the end between like the scene with him and Lisa Bonet when they're in bed, and then the blood starts dripping from the ceiling. That's pretty. I mean, from a horror movie perspective, it's really well done, and it conveys so much because again, was the moment where Mickey Rourke was sealing his destiny, his fate. He was going to hell because he just did like the worst thing possible. That for me was also like a top thing.
Yeah, I was. You just remind me when you say the worst scene possible. Thinking about Old Boy and all that symbolism as well, memory loss. But maybe Old Boy was based on this movie. I'm starting to think about it. Yeah, it's, it's all about memory loss and being deceived to find the person that you're not supposed to find. Actually, not sleep with her. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
never thought about it. We talk about the different things that define the neo-noir. We classify them. And so do you want to do that as well today? Let's do the final countdown. What we think are the best characteristics of neo-noir in these movies.
In a way, we already did as we were talking about all these points, but let's do like a quick summary. So, what is the first criteria, Sales?
So the first one is dark and morally ambiguous themes.
Right.
The protagonists are often anti-heroes, grappling with ethical dilemmas, murky personal motivations, etc., etc., etc.
We
The
gave
line
that.
between good and evil is blurred. Yeah,
We gave that one, who won that?
I think it was LA Confidential because all of them are
Yes.
complicated. All of them
Yeah.
have different motivations. So I think I'm trying to. I don't remember where we took the note. Sorry.
We're not contradicting ourselves, but maybe we can change our minds.
Well, yeah,
But
we can.
I do agree. LA Confidential has the most complex story, the most characters. Because I mean, Angel Heart only had like a few, that can be two or three, and this one has like a a bunch of characters, and they're all complicated. So yes, definitely that point goes to LA Confidential. Then I think the next one was about
Stylized visual
Angel
aesthetics.
Heart
Angel, I think we might have give them the tie to Angel Heart and
and
Blood
Blood
Simple.
Simple. I think Angel
Yeah, I
Heart
think it was.
benefits from the fact, that it's a movie made by a way more mature than Alan Parker, who was also at the prime of his career, while this is the first movie with the Coen brothers. You still see, basically, there is very ambitious and with a very low budget, like you said, but I mean, you have like a masterpiece, which is Angel Heart, and the first movie of a couple of very good directors, but still very raw. Still give that point to Angel Heart.
I will. I would say that I'll still prefer to do
The tie?
the tie because I'm not going to deny it. I think they did a lot with very little. So I have to admit it. I mean I admire Angel Heart a lot. I'm not going to deny it. And they have a lot of visual plays in common. They come from basically the traditional neo-noir, like the fans and the lights and the elevators, shadows and all that. I like the visual style of Blood Simple a lot. I like, for example, when she's in bed with only a little, we only see her eye and all that. Like, it's pretty impressive. Oh yeah, so I will still give it a tie. I'm not going to.
Okay,
Well,
let's
complex and
let's
what?
continue. No, let's continue. What's the next criteria?
Complex and psychological plots. I think we gave that one probably to Angel Heart because yeah, it's in the end is the most complex one and it's really in his heart.
Yeah, plus it has the supernatural component that the other ones don't have. Okay, so far the first one goes to LA. Second one goes okay, a tie between Blood Simple and then Angel Heart. Third one goes to Angel Heart, which is what was it again?
Complex and psychological.
Complex and psychological plots. Okay, and then there's a fourth, right?
Yeah, the fourth one is urban and decaying settings. I think we gave that one to Angel Heart as
To Angel
well.
Heart. Yep. Yeah, we did. And that's it, right?
And the last one is
Yes.
archetypical characters. And we
LA
gave that one
Confidential.
to LA Confidential.
LA Confidential has 2 full points. Angel Heart has 2.5. And then Blood Simple has 0.5. And
Yeah,
no points.
last
No
week we know
no
we
point.
pick Devil in a Blue. I mean, it was good. It can maybe tie with the or urban decaying settings. I mean, we do see a lot of the
It's not
night
decay
life
settings.
in. Yeah, I mean, we don't see as much of the city life in Angel Heart, but last week the irony is that I don't know. There is a different thing from when we did last week because LA Confidential won last week.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely got LA Confidential, Angel Heart, Blood Simple, and Devil in a Blue Dress last week. That's the order. I don't remember maybe
No,
what we changed.
I think point number 3, we gave it to LA Confidential, the one about the psychological
Complex and
twists.
psychological.
I think that was it. Or maybe we also tied both movies.
Yeah,
But even if we tie them, LA Confidential would have, yeah, they would be actually tied 2.5
they will
each.
be both tied. Yeah, they will be both be tied. Yeah,
You know what? No, let's be consistent. LA Confidential one. And
yeah,
as a neo-noir, full neo-noir, it's the best one.
yeah. And then Angel Heart, very close second. I'm not
Very
going to
close
deny
second.
it.
And then
Blood Simple, a
third,
little bit lower, but it's still good.
yeah. And
And
then,
Devil in a
yeah,
Blue
way, way,
Dress.
way lower, way lower.
It's still good. It's still good. That's the thing about this May Noir marathon that we did, or or movie cycle. The four movies I think were excellent. It's just that yeah, we have to pick our favorites. LA Confidential was an amazing discovery. Angel Heart was also pretty good for me because I never saw it. I knew about it, but I never saw it. Blood Simple, I have seen it a long time ago, and I still love it, but I still understand the limitations of the Coen Brothers being so young and starting out, basically. Well, that's the first movie they did, and David in Brudes, it was also a good discovery. Something that I always had in my mind. David Washington, kind of already a little bit known, but for example, Don Cheadle wasn't as big then.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great discovery, and the
Yes.
plot
No,
was
he was.
actually I think more complex and more like trying to hide everything and who's the villain and all that. The villain Abrudre. So it was interesting a movie to watch. Okay, Pablo, I think we ended May Noir. We want to remind our listeners or viewers on YouTube that they please subscribe and share with your friends and family to build a community around this, because I think there is always topics that we can discuss, and this is always an interesting thing to do. Next month, we'll be doing June of the Dead. We will be discovering, well, rediscovering, because we haven't seen this in a while. 28 days movies, 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and we will watch in the movie theater 28 years later. And we will also be watching, what is the movie from from
The
West
Serpent.
Haven?
The Serpent and the Rainbow.
And Serpent and the Rainbow is the other zombie
That's
movie, kind of
yeah.
ghost
That's
zombie
my
movie that
that's
we will be
my
watching.
my recommendation. It's a movie that goes back to the origins of where zombies, come from, which is the story, yeah, the myth behind voodoo, Haitian voodoo from Haiti, and all that. So it's obviously done in a very Hollywood like way. But it's a fantastic movie. It has amazing photography, and we'll talk about it. We're gonna enjoy it. So
I'm looking forward to it. I watched it many decades ago. Well, until next time, keep watching movies.
thank you.